Greetings and welcome. This is the CapTech Talk for November with Dr. Bradford Sims. I'm Bill Gibbs. I'll be your host. We are recording this session and we'll make the slides available and the link to the recording available to everyone who's registered. So even if you're not able to join us live this afternoon, we hope that you'll be enjoying the presentation and what we have to offer in this program. I want to go ahead and get started right away and talk about what we'll be doing today. The presentation is called Maximizing Your Transfer Credit and Apprenticeship Experience to Complete a Degree. And as I mentioned before, it is presented by Dr. Bradford Sims. Here's the agenda that we'll be following for this session. Just very briefly about capital technology, and I know everyone in this session at the moment is well aware of capital, but there may be someone listening to the recording that is not. So we'll go ahead and cover that. I'll cover session pointers about the presenter. Then Brad Sims will take the presentation to about 12:45 or thereabouts. He may finish earlier, may finish a little later. We'll have time for questions if there are any. And then I'll briefly touch on the upcoming webinars for the next few months and how to get a hold of the recording, the slides, and the certificate. And by the way, those who watch it on demand can receive a participation certificate as well. I'll talk more about that later. Just very briefly about Capital Technology University. I'm very pleased to be associated with this outstanding institution that's been around for a long, long time. In this decade, we will celebrate our 100th anniversary, our century of service in the field of technology. We're nonprofit, private accredited university, and we're physically based in Laurel, Maryland, which is between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. We're accredited by the Regional Commission, the Commission on Higher Education of the Middle States Association, which is our regional level, the highest level of accreditation available to a university in the United States. We're located in the state of Maryland, and we're authorized by the state of Maryland to confer degrees all the way from the 2-year associates right up to our doctoral degrees, our Doctor of Science, and our PhD programs. Some session pointers, just a little bit of housekeeping. We'll answer questions at the conclusion of the presentation. Because it is a smaller group today, if a question pops during the time that is appropriate, we'll go ahead and have Dr. Sims answer it. But we won't worry about it too much until the very end. We're not activating microphones or webcams for the participants. A link to the recording, as I mentioned earlier, and a copy of the slides in PDF will be sent to all registrants and available on our webinars page. And finally, a participation certificate will be available by request to both live session and on-demand viewers. And we certainly encourage you to request one. A little bit about our presenter, Dr. Bradford Sims. Dr. Sims is president of Capital Technology University. He's an educator, an administrator, and a construction project manager with extensive experience both in academia and the university and industry, excuse me. His academic experience includes being interim chancellor and chief academic officer at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's worldwide campus, dean and professor of the College of Technology at Indiana State University, and professor and department head at Western Carolina University. Prior to transitioning to academia, Dr. Sims built a successful career in the industrial construction industry. He earned a PhD in curriculum and instruction from Purdue, and I actually spelled Purdue right on the slide. Last time I introduced him, I had it incorrectly spelled like it was the chicken instead of the university. An MS degree in building construction from the University of Florida, and the Bachelor of Science in Building Construction Management, also from Purdue. With that in mind, I'm going to give control over to Dr. Sims. If you'll bear with me for a moment, I've got to turn off my video and audio and then give you remote control. So let me take those steps first. I think you're still muted.
All right, I have control of the slides. I'm unmuted. So
Yes, and since I moved my mouse just now, you've lost control. So just click onto the screen and you should get it back.
okay, I clicked the screen. All right, welcome everybody. So today we're going to talk a little bit about transfer credits and where they come from and how you can bring them in to Capital Tech. We'll mostly focus on undergraduate, but we do accept transfer credits at the master's and doctoral level as well, and I'll briefly touch on that. As you can imagine, as Bill introduced me, my background is industrial construction, worked across the United States, worked with lots and lots of people in the trades. On one project I worked, we had over 500 craft folks working on the project. It's a big refinery in Southern California. And I worked with their training group for the union and the non-union companies to better understand what training they were going through. And so here at Capital Tech, we want to maximize where you can bring in credit, whether you taken some community college courses through either the local community college or the community college of the Air Force, or your apprenticeship training, or your high school CTE. We want to make sure that you can get as many credits as possible towards your degree and get your degree done more quickly. Okay, I'm working on the slide. Oh, I went a little bit faster, so let me back up here. So transfer credit at Capital Tech is available at all our degree levels. The undergraduate, so if you had a whole bachelor's degree from another university, there's ways to get up to 90 credits and then complete 30 from us. If you did everything only at a community college, you can bring in about 70 credits. If you have if you have another degree that you want to go to our master's programs, there's ways to get up to 9 credits. Most of our master's degrees are about 30 credits. And then we have online doctoral degrees. And if you were at another university working on a doctoral program, you can bring in up to 42 credits of a 60 credit program. So at the bottom of the screen there, you can see the different emails you may want to contact if you have questions. Bachelor's degree, you can email admissions@captechu.edu. Master's, email gradadmit@captechu.edu. And the same as the doctoral degree, email gradadmit@captechu.edu. This is a graphic that was well done explaining to how we're trying to collect all your credit. Now this is focused on the undergraduate degrees because most people have lots of undergraduate types of credit that they want to use and complete a degree. So this shows you is for our undergraduate degrees, we have elective credit, and you can use courses across all these areas to work towards completion of your bachelor's degree. So we'll spend a little time on each one of these, but our most transferable degree is called our bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, which could take large volumes of credit and even apprenticeship credit. And we'll highlight that in a minute, especially if you went through the NCCR's, National Center for Construction Education Research apprenticeship programs. You can bring up to 42 credits of your apprenticeship in. And along the way, you may have picked up some community college credit, whether it's your English, your math, some electives, some technical courses. Maybe in high school, you did career technical education. There's possibility for some credit there. There's all sorts of ways you can look at bringing in credit for your undergraduate degree. Just real briefly about the university, Bill Gibbs highlighted some of it. Our areas are focused on industry. That's what we've done here since 1927. Our founder was a Navy vet who taught other folks how to build radios. And we've kept that same focus here of how do we provide all of our graduates, whether it's an undergraduate, a career changer, a military transitioning student, or somebody advancing the career. All of our degrees are focused on industry needs, and that's been since 1927. Again, we're conveniently located right off the Baltimore-Washington Parkway between Baltimore and DC. So if you're in the area, you certainly could stop by and visit us. Our master's and doctoral degrees are all completely online. Bachelor's, we have a mix, some are online, some are on campus. And we always have graduation on campus. So regardless of a student completing a degree from wherever they are in the world, they can always come to campus for graduation, and we always enjoy seeing them. This just shows you maps that all these dots and companies that hire many of our students. We're located between NASA and NSA, which both of those hire lots of our students. But you can see in the Washington, Baltimore area, there's tons of companies, huge market demand needs for all of our degree programs. So we're not short of having job opportunities for any of our graduates. Oop, hang on a second. Okay. If you are somebody who needs to be on campus, whether you're taking an on-ground program or an online program, we do have apartments on campus that are available to our students. So that's something that's available with the free parking. All of our campus is completely free parking. And for those folks who come to campus and stay in our apartments, we do not have transportation. We do have shuttle service on the weekends so they can go to grocery stores and local stores. Now for the undergraduate program, this is our traditional admissions, 2.2 GPA, grade C or higher considered for transferable credit. And for a community college, you can get a maximum of 70 semester credit hours transferred in, 90 if you have another bachelor's degree. So the military, we accept lots of military credit. This gives you an idea of where it can come from. Most military experiences are evaluated by the American Council of Education, that's ACE. So if you've been through the military, most likely several of your training programs have been ACE accredited. We can ask for an ACE transcript, and then we compare that up to where you want in your curriculum and what we can transfer in. Applicants must present a joint service transcript to Capital Tech's admissions office so we can see that, and we are a participant in the Yellow Ribbon program. We also, for undergraduate programs on campus and online, any active duty military gets a $250 per credit rate. Okay. Source of credits. Again, community college. You may have taken one class there, you may have taken several classes through community college. Send in those transcripts and we evaluate where will they fit into the bachelor's degree program that you're applying to. We accept CLEP, college level examination program. You take those tests and then you can send in where you've passed those, and we look at that for transfer credit. We have advanced placement courses with scores of higher 3 that we accept. You may be in the IT cybersecurity area, and we accept professional certifications that we put together and look at where can that credit be dropped into your bachelor's program. If you're a high school student, you may have taken one of the Project Leads the Way courses. We accept that as credit. And so send in all these different types of credit collection to us and we can evaluate. One of the things that we're proud of is that we accept craft training credit from the National Center for Construction Education and Research. They have literally tons of apprenticeship programs, from carpentry to electrician to plumbing, you name it. If you go to their website, you can see all the different trainings that they offer. So any of those folks along the way have collected transferable apprenticeship credit. And if you've done the complete 4-year apprenticeship program, you can collect up to 42 hours of apprenticeship training, which we can give you, especially in one of our transferable programs, the full 42 hours of elective credit, because you're already an expert in that craft trade that you went through. There's a website that we have that you can go look for the apprenticeship credit. It's called the Construction and Facilities Alliance website. If you look at the bottom of the page, you can go to our website about capital partners, and the Construction and Facilities Alliance. You go here, and then on the bottom button, you click here. You can see a list of apprenticeship courses and compare the credit you get based on the course you've taken. So this is a long list for each course from the National Center for Construction Education and Research. So to get your most transferable credit, now all of our undergraduate degrees, if they have elective credit, or if you brought in community college credit for, say, like an English or a math or science, you can transfer that in. But if you just have a wide variety of credit, our most transferable friendly degree is our online bachelor's degree in professional trades administration. And you can go to the website and look at the details of it. Now I'm going to go through the blocks. So within this degree program, which is 120 credits, if you had no transfer credit, there's different blocks that you can look at that have concentrations within it, and where you might bring in credit and what you might want to take from us as well. So we're going to go through that in this particular degree. Again, this degree is designed, as this graphic showed earlier, to take in all these different pieces of credit, because we want to maximize what you could transfer in to the university and already get credit for. This degree also, the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, has a lot of management in it, because many of the students who would be interested in this may have already an area that they're working in. Could be a plumber, wants to start their own business, could be a carpenter, wants to start their own business. This degree takes that credit from the training, but gives you some of the management skill sets that you'll need to know to operate your own business. So the first block of the program is called Business and Management. So this is the courses that we have designed for this program. Now, again, you may have went to a community college or another university and you've already taken Intro to Business. You can get credit for it. You may have already taken Intro to Leadership. You could get credit for it. But this is the core of the program that if you don't have any equivalent credit that you can transfer in that would be focused on management, that we would want you to take. But again, you may have something that you could transfer in and eliminate some of these courses because you've already taken the same content from somewhere else. The next area is math and science. So we have 19 credits required. You can see them here. Again, if you have went through a community college, another university, some of the stuff you already have, you just transfer it in, you don't have to take it again. The next area is humanities and social sciences. Same thing there. If you have ACE credit for the military, a lot of that, English could take care of some of that. Humanities and social sciences, there's a lot of equivalent credit out there that you may have that we could transfer in and equivalate it for you, so you wouldn't have to take it. This is the real block of area that you can maximize your credits. 42 credits can be dumped in here. So if you had the NCCR apprenticeship, 42 credits done, you could take the whole thing and put them in there. If you have big blocks of technical electives from the community college or university, you could put them in there. Or in this area, if you want to specialize, we offer courses online in like construction safety, construction management, facilities management, cybersecurity. You could build your own specification of those courses, mix and match, and fill in this area. That really is a special area that you design. So that's pretty flexible. So that gives you the option here in these 42 technical elective courses. And so whether you choose a degree program, which could be unmanned systems, construction management, facilities management, robotics, astronautical engineering, you can transfer in credit. You get a wide variety of depending on program, how much credit at the undergraduate level, because some of them have a lot of requirements versus the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, which has a smaller core requirement. But in any regard, we have career services here, and you can start working with career services from day one. So if you're a traditional undergraduate, you can start working on an internship with them. If you're a career changer or your military transition out, start working with them on building your resume, job search opportunities. We do mock interviews. We have days on campus where we bring in employers to do career days. We have career information sessions that everybody goes to. So it is a strong focus here at Capital Tech for your career. We want you to be successful. We want you to have a job. Over 80% of our undergraduates walk out with a job within 90 days. And for our undergraduates, whether you're on campus or online, we have a commitment that if you don't have a degree in your area within 90 days of graduation, we're going to continue to help work with you at Career Services and find that, or we'll also help give you a certificate in another area for free to make you even more employable. So Capital is here to help start your career, build your career, advance your career, and keep up with your needs in the industries that, of course, are in high demand. That's the only degrees we offer. So a summary of transfer credits. So for the undergraduates, if you have a full bachelor's degree, potentially you could bring in up to 90 credits, especially in that bachelor's degree I mentioned, the Professional Trades Administration. I only have to take 30 credits. I mean, and 30 credits is 10 courses, and you have a bachelor's degree. Now, if you only have an associate degree, you can only bring in 70 credits and then finish that off. If you're interested in the master's, if you already have an undergraduate, email our group about the master's degree. All of our master's degree are online. They have high employment too, just like the undergraduate. You can bring in up to 9 credits potentially for a master's degree. A master's degree runs around 30 to 36 credit hours, and we offer master's courses online every 8 weeks. That's the way that the courses run. So our full-time on-ground undergraduate program is 16 weeks, broken down into 8 weeks, which are designed specifically for online courses. So if you are doing the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, which is completely online, you'd be doing 8-week courses, and there's 2 per semester. If you're on campus doing an undergraduate degree, you have a 16-week semester. Our masters are all 8 weeks online, and there's even leveling courses. So let's say for anybody who has an undergraduate degree in an area that they think maybe they want to move into cybersecurity, that's fine. At our master's level, many of our masters in cybersecurity related fields, they have 3 leveling classes. You can take those 3 classes and then complete the rest of that cybersecurity program as if you came out of that background already with what you needed for cybersecurity. So those are great ways to transition your career into a new market if you're not into a high need market like cybersecurity. It's a great example. For the doctoral students, most of our doctoral programs are about 60 credits. It takes probably an average of 2 to 3 years for a student to start from 0 and finish in a doctoral program for the full 60 credits. But we do have individuals out there who have started PhDs at other universities and they never finished. So if you have done that, you can submit your transcripts to us and we can evaluate them, and you potentially can get up to 42 credits already towards a 60 credit online doctoral program in one of our high demand industry degree areas. And so we certainly want you to do that if you can. And we are working on ways to expand, especially our own master's students who want to continue on into the doctoral program to get more credits than 9, maybe help them out in the doctoral studies here if you're one of our own students. So we're working towards all these things to help our students get through our programs in a timely fashion. Most of our students at the master's and doctoral are already working in industry, and they're just advancing their careers. And it's a mix at the undergraduate level, but we're always looking to expand our opportunity here at Capital Tech to bring in credit, to help you get done in a timely fashion and get your job that in your career that you really want and that we know the market demand is out there for, because that's who our our students work for is this high demand markets across all these segments, whether it's, again, engineering, technologies, facilities, construction, cybersecurity, robotics, unmanned systems, all this stuff, high demand area. We're here to help you get that career and maintain that career and advance in that career. I'll turn it back over to our presenter or our guest who's running the slideshow, Bill.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sims. Now, what I'd like to do now is take this opportunity to first welcome Danielle, who joined us after the session started, but also to let you know that if you have a question, just type it in. Now, I recognize that our actual live in-person audience is very small, so it's up to you to come up with these questions while we're typing here while I'm chatting. Just type into the chat box your question, and I will pitch it back to Dr. Sims to answer. Now, while we're waiting for that first question to come in, Dr. Sims, the question I have for you is paint a picture of who you think is the ideal candidate who would benefit from the degree in professional trades administration. What would they do with that degree? How is it going to help them in their career? Looks like we've lost Dr. Sims. See if we can get his audio back. Dr. Sims, are you trying to advance the slides back to a particular slide? Go ahead and pop on your audio if you can. I'm going to, okay, I think we have lost his ability. Dr. Sims, let me take the screen. Let me take the monitor here away from, I'm going to stop the, okay, I'm getting a little, we're getting a little bit of interference here. So let me go ahead and I'm going to stop the remote control and see if I can help Dr. Sims get his audio.
I have audio back now after whatever
Okay.
you just did.
Okay, I stopped the your ability to remotely control the screen. That seemed to be interfering with your ability to talk. So let me repeat the question, and folks, sorry for that technical glitch. That's the world of Zoom. The question I had was, what does this ideal candidate look like for the professional trades administration degree? What are they going to do with that degree, and how will it enhance their career?
Well, if you choose the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, I mean, and so we have, for those folks who want an online bachelor's degree, we have several. We have the bachelor's in cybersecurity, bachelor's in construction management, critical infrastructure, bachelor's in facilities management, critical infrastructure, bachelor's in construction safety, and the bachelor's in professional trades administration. So you can transfer credit in for any of our on-ground or online degrees I just mentioned. The bachelor's degree in professional trades administration, it's designed to take in the most transfer credit from your background, whatever that may be. Again, could be combination of apprenticeships, military, community college, other degrees. And so it's focused on business management. So the core of that program is to help people who usually already have an idea of what area they're working in, and maybe they want to start their own business. So that's really the kind of candidate that you'd want for the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration. While the other ones I mentioned, you know, if you want to focus on cybersecurity or construction management, facilities management, construction safety, there's less ability to bring in tons of transfer credit, but those degrees also are great about providing you a career in those specific marketplaces if you want an online degree in those areas.
Thank you. Now, it would be possible if you transferred in the maximum possible into that degree, that you could complete your master's degree in about how long if you were really applying yourself? I'm not your master's, your bachelor's degree.
Right. So if you chose the if you already two things. It depends if you have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. So if you had transfer credit that was that would take all the technical electives, that would remove 42 credit hours that you would need to complete. But you could also have brought in courses maybe from the community college towards some of the math and science and business. So if you have a mix of courses outside of just the community college, some upper level courses and the community college, apprenticeship, all that type of stuff, the fastest you could get done is you'd have 30 credits left, which is 10 classes. And so again, for the online classes, they're 8-week long classes, and we run 6 8-week courses in a calendar year that you could be in. Sometimes you can, depending on the course, double up. But if you're generally taking one 8-week course sequentially, you can do 6 of those in a year pretty easy, back to back across the year. So if you just only have an associate's degree and you transfer in all your associate's degree courses, because you don't have upper level 300-400 level classes, you can only bring in up to 70 credits, which means that you basically have 50 credits left to go instead of 30 with a full bachelor's degree. But the flip side of the degree programs like the bachelor's degree in professional trades administration is if you don't have that full block of transfer credit already taken care of, and you want a specialty, you can pull in some of the classes from either construction management or facilities management or construction safety or cybersecurity and build your own specialty area within the bachelor's degree of professional trades administration. So you'd have the management classes and also whatever you wanted to pull in for a specialty area as well, which makes it a unique program of either maximizing your credit or building your own specialty area.
Thank you. That's a great answer. I know that not necessarily in the room with us live today, but when people are watching and recording, it will have many active duty and vets following us, because we have a very large group of those overall. Let's talk just a little bit more about what it means to be a yellow ribbon school and how that impacts both active duty and retired, particularly retired, but also any veteran. What does that do? How does that help them?
Well, we do a lot of things that are military friendly from all of our degree program areas, and so that includes the bachelor's degree programs are at $250 a credit hour for any active duty, and then at the master's and doctoral level, we offer discounts for active duty and retired military. We work with all the VA benefits. So depending on what you have left and what you can bring in, we offer active military spousal discounts. So we're trying to help financially with active duty and retired military that either want to complete a degree across the board. Could be again, there's discounts at all levels. So we are out there trying to advance the skill set, or those folks transitioning out, get them ready. So whenever they decide to leave the military, that they're already working, or if they've not completed, their bachelor's degree or again, their advanced master's and doctoral degree in these high demand industry areas. We're constantly trying to support our military as well. And there's lots of options as far as taking the courses online, 8 weeks. If you're active duty, that can help compress the time. We have flexibility if you have to take a break and you're doing something else, getting back in the program. As I mentioned earlier, there's options for career transition. So could be your specialty in the military had something to do with airplane maintenance, but you love cybersecurity. Well, we have leveling classes that help you move into cybersecurity, which is a high demand area. And if you can imagine, if you are a military person with clearance, areas like cybersecurity and computer science even have more demand for you. And so our career services will work with you to help you connect with the employers that are looking for transitioning military who want to go into those organizations as well. So it's really, I mean, it's our services here are for the military. We'll provide whatever we can to support them. And so that's part of the whole package for any of our military students that we want to give them.
Thank you. That's a great answer. I want to throw the floor again open to everyone via the text chat to type any questions that you might have. We don't want to prolong this, but if you do have a question, we'll be happy to answer it. I do have one final question, Dr. Sims, that has to do with, well, of course, we talked at length about military personnel and former military personnel. But how would Capital work with those people who are now working for a company that offers tuition assistance? Will we work with them? How do we make that process as seamless as possible?
Well, we work with a lot of companies that support their employees. Everything has to go through our admissions and financial aid department. They have all the paperwork that's necessary to handle that, but I do recognize that many of our, especially at the master's and doctoral level, a lot of them are getting support from their companies towards degrees. So our financial aid and admissions knows really what each company's requirements when they come to them and what paperwork. And so you send in all the information to them. They work with you one-on-one, ensure that you either get reimbursed for your costs from your company's requirements, or some companies are good about paying up front. I mean, each company's a little bit different in that, in their benefit package, but we do that regularly. So highly encourage, if you haven't already checked out your organization's HR, what benefits they may have for continuing education or completion of education, that you do so, because you'd be surprised the number of people who don't realize many of the educational benefits that companies out there trying to provide for their employees. We, of course, on our end, work with you on that, and you know, it goes beyond that for Capital Tech. So let's say some of our students at the doctoral level that are working for many of the organizations, when they come into the program, our Dean of Doctoral Programs tries to work with them on their research basis, that how can you connect that to your current employment so that it's even easier for you to do your dissertation, and how do you collect that data, how do you present that data through your dissertation process. So there's an effort here to help you and guide you through all these three levels, whether it's bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, to help you connect, if you're working with an employer, not only to connect the benefits, but also if it's a thesis from a master's, dissertation for a doctorate, how do you connect that back? So there's always, you know, that point here at Capital Tech, which is unique to us being a university, is that we really work with industry close. So many of the adjunct professors will be executives at a company or three-letter agency, organization, subcontractor in the area that are well known in their area. They may be teaching your class, and if you're at the if you move on to research masters or doctorate, you're going to get a one-on-one experience with a chair who help manage you through your research process, which is typically another experienced industry executive in one of these organizations that we've trained and we oversee to ensure that they're guiding you through your technical area of completion of these theses or dissertations, and they know the area you're talking about. They work in that area. They're with one of these organizations in the area. And we do have several students who are global, especially at the doctoral level. And our Dean of Doctoral Programs is actually based out of the London area, and he has a global network of experts that he connects with you. So if you're overseas working and it's a different type of organization, he's going to find a chair that he has qualified that can help you and oversee your process through that. And we do, as we can continue to grow at the doctoral level for our international students, there'll be more of those who will also be working with their employers who provide support financially. And so we will expand whatever we have to through financial aid and admissions to help them and their needs with their employers and how do they get reimbursed on their continuing education. So we're here to be flexible, and we're here to help you mostly as a student get your maximum credit, but we really want you to get the best you can from our careers, our degrees to advance your careers or to start your career. As I mentioned earlier, at the bachelor's level, we have over 80% placement. That's not really the challenge because all of our degrees are highly marketable. We also have, for the undergraduates, great starting salaries. And kind of as an example of that, this year, any of our undergraduates who wanted the option, who started here for 4 years or transferred in with 2 years left, they could sign an agreement, they're on campus, that if they walked out the door and their starting salary wasn't at least $50,000, that every quarter we would help them pay back their student loan for that quarter. And we're happy to have that agreement with them because our markets are not going to pay less than $50,000. Actually, they're usually quite a bit more depending on where you start your career, which company, and where you are in it. And so we're very proud of that at Capital Tech, that we work so closely with the needs of industry and helping our students be successful in industry that we're here to make that happen for you. And we're not a large university, so we have a lot of personal contact with you. If you are interested in, let's just say the doctoral programs, I encourage you to email Dr. McAndrew, who's the dean. He will personally talk to you. He will email you. He could Zoom. You could talk over Skype. That's the type of organization we are. We're here to help you be successful.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I think that we'll go ahead and stop with the questions now. And I see no further ones in the text, so we'll move on to conclude the webinar. Talking about our folks, that is the people who've gone through our program and have succeeded in their careers. We've got webinars coming up here where 2 of the 3 presenters are actually graduates of our program at the doctoral level. But I want to talk about the upcoming webinars that we have. In January, we'll have Steve Lusinski talking about building relationships to mitigate cyber risk in aviation. Aviation is a huge, sprawling industry employing hundreds of thousands of individuals. And if you're up in an airplane, you do not want a cyber attack to be occurring while you are in the air, nor do you want your ticket to be all messed up or your luggage lost. All of these things are attacking areas for cyber thieves. And Steve will talk about how all these multiple organizations are working together to keep cyber risk low in aviation. In February, Dr. David Gianna, a PhD from our institution, will talk about cybersecurity challenges in the financial sector. And Dr. Nikki Robinson, again, another one of our doctoral products, will talk in March about infrastructure, critical challenges and differences between the private and public sector. All 3 of these webinars are coming up. They'll all be on Thursdays, and we invite you to register for them. And in all cases, just go to this website, captechu.edu/webinar-series to register for any of these or others as well that are not listed here today. With that, we're nearly done. A copy of the slides and a link to the recording is going to be sent to all registrants. Watch for that email. Once you have viewed the on-demand, or whether you joined us live today, if you wish a certificate of completion, we'll be happy to send one to you. All you need to do is reply to the email and we'll make sure that you get that. With that, we are officially done. Thank you so much for joining us. Watch for that email from me, and we will look forward to having you join us for other webinars. I want to thank again our presenter, Dr. Bradford Sims, particularly with his indulgence with the questions that I had today. But thank you for this presentation, and we wish you all a great rest of the day. And if we don't have a chance to talk to you again, a very happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. With that, we are officially done, and you may log out at this time. Thank you.